What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat alongside Flex from TWF Gaming, one of two of the newest official content creators for WWE Champions. So make sure you're following TWF Gaming on YouTube and on Twitch. Flex, we were starting to talk about a prize wall here, and it was like, why don't we make this its own conversation?
Yeah,
You want to repeat some of the things you said, because there's some good stuff on this prize wall this weekend.
I like the prize. I know there's a comment in chat saying that it's not that good. I mean, it's subjective at times. But if you look at the
Overpriced
pricing,
maybe on some things,
yeah,
but
I mean, if you look at the pricing relative to what we've seen in the past, I mean, 30K for a Yeet is not bad.
yeah,
When we're looking at straps for a card that Dirty Dom who doesn't need a strap, but at the same time does need a strap if you're going for his other build, which I
yeah,
really like that build. We were previewing it before, and it's phenomenal. I love it. Tons of damage. Post 99, doing that kind of damage as what he's built out. It's absolutely that's a great strap. His plate is on there for 16K. Usually, whether the plate is great or not, they're usually a 25K debut, so that's a 9K difference,
yep,
right? Where those two are good, and you do have some other options. So you mentioned about the Devil's Heat combo; those are there. You have the time to get radical. The crest is on there. It's a pretty good. The shards are what I saw earlier, at least from my vantage point. The shard availability on there is not super exciting
right,
to me, but I do like the plate mixture here.
yep.
I think
Well, let's
some of them, like the Cody plate, I feel is a little overpriced relative to some of the other ones, like the Titan plate. Some of these are free plates being priced at some premium pricing.
right.
I don't think that necessarily makes sense, but I don't know what the logic is behind that if there is. But like if I'm gonna go the Hunter's Medallion or the new plate, I would rather go with the new plate because they might gear
Right,
some new characters towards that, and we already know what the Hunter's plate is for, and so there's really not a lot of depth there.
right.
So I kind of like this prize well relative to what it was. Look, it's not what we had last month, which is 2,500
That
for
was a
the
mistake.
that was a beautiful mistake,
And now
but
you can see, because this is the quote unquote real price now, where it's
yeah,
at 20,000, where last month it was 2,500. That was an oopsie, and we tried to get as much of the word out about that as we possibly could.
yeah. But the other thing that was on that wall last month that's really important is there was a gear on there that people chase gear even if it's for a not so great character or an A tier or whatever people care about tiers. But it was a good gear and it was a chase gear and it was 5K last month. So
Yeah,
I think that's important to know too.
I agree. So let's go through these, not like every single one systematically, but let's go through kind of the high points on them. So, Dom for 55K. Now, theoretically, if you've spent, because you're going to have to spend to get to 55K, the odds are you probably will have gotten Dom by the time you get to 55K
Yeah.
medallions. But if you didn't, Flex, do you think you don't have Dom, but you have 55K? Is that your top priority to get Dom?
I would have used 55K on that, to
Okay.
be honest. Because at that point, it's probably too late. You already overspent, and if you didn't shard recruit him at that particular point, then that's an indictment on on the game a little bit. But
Right.
yeah, 55K is a lot in a short period of time to get that before the end.
So we're saying do not buy. This is the stock watch is down on getting Dom, for 55K, but 10K for 150K gym damage strap for Dirty Dom. For me, that seems like a hit.
Yeah, that's a no brainer, and
Yeah.
that's
So
free by the way. From the breakdown that Scott from Woken put together, because again he knows how dumb I am, and I don't look at events generally. I don't care. Um, but he gives a breakdown of what we're getting, what's free or free-ish, and including and not including potential leaderboard areas, and that should be attainable for basically anybody in the maxing faction.
wow. Okay. And Footer says, for reference point, I have Dom and currently have 6,510 prize wall currency. So that's even with his like special tours and all that question mark. But
His tour
also don't
didn't
forget
have
there's a special tour on Sunday for him as
the
well.
Sunday one is the one that usually has I think it's 5,500 or 5,000 there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so theoretically, Footer's at least the tour on Sunday for him. We've already talked the Dirty Deeds plate, which, by the way, that's a finisher name for a guy who's not in this company anymore. But anyway, the Dirty Deeds plate for Dom, we're saying that's a should get if you can should get right.
Yeah, look, I'm of the mindset that you don't know when it's going to become important or what kind of mixture will be necessary for boss battle. It'll be around again, so it's not like you have to, you're not selling the house to get there, but it is a plate to have just because it increases gem damage 100% is pretty good. Even if we don't have a card that does it now, we don't know who's going to be released in the back half of the month, and if there might be a premium added there
Yeah,
Deeds plate candidate, and then they can offer that plate for 25K prize wall shits, as I call them, or prize wall stuff, as I call them,
gotcha.
to be polite. So we don't know what that premium might be. We've seen plates go up in price after the fact, and
Yeah,
we've seen plates go down a little bit. So the Crest and the Radicals 25K
yeah.
baseline are down a little bit now, but we've seen that fluctuate a bit too in the past.
Okay, so let's look. And Footer says that's a good price point for a new plate. I agree. I think that's a good get. I would
Yeah,
say strap over that, but then again, your odds of getting 150% gem damage strap down the road seem higher right now than getting this specific plate. So
yeah,
weigh that out on your side. Let's look at the next four plates in one shot. So we got the radical plate. If you didn't get it last month, we got the Valkyrie's Crest, which I still don't have one of. And then we've got the Devil's Yeet combo, which, if you have those two plates in unison, there's like 10 characters that become top tier if you got both of them. So what's our over under? If you got, say, 30K, are you taking one of these plates?
if you have 40K,
I
oh
get
god,
well, yeah, it'd have to be 46 to do the Devil's Yeet, but let's
yeah,
just say you got 30K and you got to make a choice between these. Would you
I
get
would take
any of them?
I would take if I mean their other question was if you had 40K, I would do Yeet and Strap. If you had 30K, I would do the Yeet.
Yep.
It's being offered more and more. It's just nice to have. And again, there's some good characters that are brought back to life that all of a sudden people started, ripping their talent on, like
Yeah.
Macho and a whole bunch of others,
X
Raquel,
Pac, Kevin
X Pac,
Nash. Yeah.
yeah, Kevin Nash. There's a lot of characters that are brought back to life instantly, essentially.
Yep.
And the Devil's Drip has been pretty widely accessible throughout the month since it's been released. I mean, it's pretty wild. So I would say that those are good ones to use. And by the way, there's another character that we haven't really talked about. I think you're the one that brought it up in side chats. Our Truth is pretty good with those plates too,
Yep.
is he not?
You got to have both well, you don't have to have both gears, but yeah, if you have both of his gears, which
Yeah,
the one gear I'm missing is now in that new gear loot, but if you have both of his gears and the Devil's Yeet, it takes a lot, but yeah, he can do some crazy stuff now.
he's a good fun card plus the moments.
Yeah. Yeah, plus
He's a
your
good fun card.
moments. All
Who
right,
does love
so
our Truth?
oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say who doesn't love our Truth. So I
So
like
fun.
those, and Yeet, if I'm not mistaken, is giving out 300 gem damage, 300%.
The Yeet plate is it's like 1,500% or no 500%. Sorry, yeah.
100%. I'm sorry. Yeah. So you grab that with both hands if you can get that.
Absolutely. Yeah. To me, the Yeet is the new drip plate. Like where the drip was. And now, obviously, the drip worked on a ton more people because anybody who has black moves. But the Yeet for the people that do call and break gems, like it just changes the game. It really does. Like I've got one on my Naya, and she hits 170 million with it. I know
Yeah.
you've said many
Wow.
times Lyra doesn't need plates, but I've got one on my Lyra, and it's 150 million in 3 clicks. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's crazy. So
Yeah. And these are plates that are a plate like that is built for the new meta, the future meta, right? So if we
yeah,
do get 7 star, if we do, when we do, whatever the HP might look like, but if they are going to have reduce gem damage on certain feud perks moving forward, you kind of want to have what I call overkill damage,
right.
right? You want to have not for the sake of porn, for lack of better words, but you want to have it for any kind of nerfing
Yep.
by the company, steel cage, stuff like that,
Oof.
uh, or just what your opponent might do.
Yep, agreed. All right, let's take the next chunk, which is not just the 6, but the 9 plates that are next. So all older plates. We got the Hunter's Medallion for 16. We've got the Nightmare for 20. The Blades for 14. The Sheik for 13. The NWO plate, which I have 75 of. I hate that plate now. 9,400. Titan for 63. The Gremlin's Ears for 38. The Ronda's Jacket for 38. And the All Heart for 3,800. What are we thinking on all of those combined, or any individual one you want to talk about, Flex?
I mean, we used the Titan plate earlier on Bull for that video,
Yep.
but I don't like the price point on that. It is widely accessible. It is free. NWO plate, please. If you're again, it's an official stream, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you're spending 9,400 on the NWO plate, please find another game. It's
Tell me
not
how you
pointless.
really feel.
I'm sorry, I'm a little a little bit in New York tonight. But it's you shouldn't be spending that. That's
Right.
malpractice. And don't say you did it by accident, because it's a two-step verification. So don't say you did it by accident. But even
Nice.
like the Gremlineers, Baddest Jacket, All Heart, those are all subplates. I don't play that kind of way. Boss Battle a little different,
Yeah,
obviously. But
I
I
do,
don't.
and I like them on certain characters, but it's very situational, obviously.
I just don't. I can't do. I'm a snob, like I said. But the price points are not bad. I know a lot of people have mentioned
Right.
in the past they don't have the All Heart. Baddest Jacket has been thrown out a lot. Gremlins thrown out a lot. And we have Town Up coming next week, so you're probably going to get that in the Domination chest.
Yeah,
But
true.
I don't. I mean, the price point is not bad, but I just wouldn't waste it on that.
Right. Agreed. Slim Numbers said the Nightmare Plate is the unicorn for them, but that's pricey. And I agree. Like if you're talking about, okay, so the Yeet is top on
To be
my
honest with you, I've
books.
seen it drop so much more in RP.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry. It was a
No,
delay.
no. You're right. I wasn't trying to talk over you. Just the audio cut in weird. So you said to be honest, and then I didn't hear it.
I was about the Nightmare Play. You're saying what Slim Numbers was saying. The Nightmare Play being a unicorn for some. I happen to have a bunch. I've seen it drop in RNG quite a bit. The RNG bags and crates, so it's definitely there. I hope whoever's lacking them does get them. It is a good play for different characters, Hall of Fame Macho and some others.
Yeah.
But I did actually do a video on Hall of Fame Macho the other night, and when I was supposed to be doing a Dom video, but I got caught up in doing a Macho video, and I actually did
Nice.
without that build, with the same build, yellow, yellow, blue, but without the Cody plate. But that is a pretty crucial play for certain cards,
It
like
is.
Jade and all that.
But
So I
20K
hope you
when
do.
you're talking like the new
It's a
plate
lot.
is 16, the Dirty Dom belt is 10. I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot.
It's yeah, that one's a little bit pricey.
Yeah. All right. Then we got some shards. Seth, if you missed Radical Seth last month, 31K, or sorry,
Yeah.
3,100, not 31K, for 200 shards. That
Yep.
seems like a good buy if you missed him and
Reasonable.
need him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think even the Abbey shards aren't bad for that price point. I mean, that's
Yeah.
free to get 55 shards. It's only one time offer though, which is I'm sure people aren't
Right.
super happy about. But when you think about Tori Wilson as 6,700 to get 90, I'm like, it's Tori
Right.
though,
Yeah. Tori
or
over Abby.
75 for
Abby's
Chelsea.
more meta relevant, but
Yeah,
yeah. If you're missing Sherry, there's some shards there, but that's again a high price. If they were 3,000, I would say all day. If you're missing
oh yeah,
Sherry, go for her. But yeah,
yeah. Sherry's pretty necessary in this meta.
right. And then we got Charlotte, JD, and old Dirty Dom, the purple version of Dom. Charlotte is still good. If you're missing shards, that'd be great. I mean, that's a decent enough price. I don't know that anybody needs to have JD or Purple Dom, like that you're not going to get them in like 14 other
Yeah,
places.
I think that's a moment filler
Yeah,
shard. I think that's all that is. I mean, it's low amount. People usually have like 400, 500, or 1,000 left over. Like, what am I supposed to get? They get econ. So if they
yeah.
want to get something that throw into the, he's what is his tier? Is he S tier? I think the
He's S tier, yeah. And I mean, trainer wise, he's good, but I
yeah.
wouldn't use him
I
as a
wouldn't
fighter.
waste. I wouldn't like run to get that first. I
Right,
also have a lot of shards of him, but it's there for a reason. It's a filler.
right. No, agreed. And then the straps. I mean, we don't need to talk much about these. They're random straps, and unless they've changed them, which no, they
It's RNG.
haven't. They're
They're on
RNG, but it's
the
also the older RNG straps.
yeah, they're on the wall. You could end up getting nothing out of it, right?
Right.
You could just get. I mean, there's literally none. There's 30% move defense, which we all might joke that that's what we're going to get, but hey, that's what we usually
That
get.
is what we get.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So again, that those are filler stuff. When you have nothing else that you can get for it, you just take a chance on them. But you can get that on the monthly wall anyway. So why waste here?
Yeah. And then the rest is just econ, as Goldie calls it. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's striker bundles. So obviously to help out Dom, who's a striker, if you need them, you take them, or if you just have nothing else that you can get, if you end up with 200 or 300 or 400 leftover prize wall medallions, and you're like, what do I do? Word of warning: these star fragment cases are 20 to 400, and they often land on 20. So those are not great. But everything else, if you need them, yeah, sure, grab that. That's fine. All right, I think that covers the wall. Flex, if
Yep.
you had your pick, your top two things off this wall, regardless of price, what would they be?
Oh, I would take the Yeet. Yeet
Okay.
first. Devil's Drip probably second because I like throwing out multi damage. But a close third would be his gem damage strap. A close second would be his gem damage strap.
Okay.
Quite frankly, I like having the new play too, but I'm not. I like having 150% guaranteed damage for the new meta
Right.
for what we saw earlier. How about yourself? What are you getting?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I did get Dom. I haven't played on my own account yet. I'll hopefully get a little bit of time tonight. But if I got a strap randomly out of that, then that'd be great. But if not, then yeah, probably the 150 strap. I have one Devil's Drip that isn't on anybody, but I don't have any extra yeets, so the yeet would be the big get for me if I can get to it. So I'm pretty much the same. The yeet, but not the Devil's Drip on my end. So the yeet, the Dirty Deeds, and the 150 strap are my gotchas. So
Awesome.
yep. Well, that's it for this video, and then actually probably for the stream too, because
Yeah,
my kids are going to bed and it's getting a little bit. I haven't seen DJ go live yet. I was
he's
figuring
there.
we'd get
Yeah,
to
we can rate him. He's
Oh,
there.
we did? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, great. Well, then let's end this video and then we'll end the stream and raid him. So that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe both to Champions Chat Podcast on YouTube and TWF Gaming, one of the newest official content creators. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you.